I've been wanting to work with high school students for a long, long time on the history of Wheeling. And I'm so pleased to be able to show this film that was produced by Romeo Blake and an associate of his from Park High School.
When you hear about mobsters, your mind probably goes to New York crime families, The Godfather, and the infamous Al Capone of Detroit. But travel back in time to unassuming Wheeling, West Virginia in the 1940s, a major West Virginia city located along the Ohio River on the foothills of Appalachia. Take in the factory smoke and the sounds of brothels and bars. Sneaking around the wrong areas, you might have found yourself face to face with Wheeling's West Virginian mob. Whether that be the infamous Big Bill Lias or the brutal killer that was Paul No Legs Hankish. Prostitutes and gambling once ran rampant in the streets of Wheeling during its heyday. Explosive rivalries and violence was the result. So please join as we explore what was once the seedy underbelly of Wheeling, West Virginia. We found it best that we titled this film The Wise Guys of West Virginia.
Walking through the streets of downtown Wheeling today, it may be hard for any onlooker to believe that this was once the hub of nightlife and entertainment. But during the middle half of our century, that was not the case. And God, what fun it was.
Wheeling, West Virginia, founded in 1769 in the Ohio Valley region, Wheeling rose and fell with the industries of the Ohio River. Due to its central spot along the river, nail factories, glass manufacturing, and breweries were some of Wheeling's major industries during its heyday. The city became home to many working-class West Virginians and immigrants, and with working-class men became a need for working-class entertainment. Enter William G. Lias, street name Big Bill Lias, businessman, not Sicilian but Greek, and over 300 pounds, the crime boss of Wheeling during the 1940s. West Virginia banned the sale of alcohol in 1914, 6 years before the nationwide prohibition came into effect.
And while West Virginia was still dry, right across the river in Ohio, it was still wet.
And that is where Big Bill got his start at age 13, smuggling booze from Bridgeport over the bridge into Wheeling in his brother's bread truck. Through Prohibition in the 1920s and 30s, a young Lias was the biggest supplier of illegal booze in the city, even providing booze to the infamous Fort Henry Club of Wheeling, an exclusive club made up of wealthy men, with such guests as Herbert Hoover and Babe Ruth. After Prohibition ended in 1933, Lias turned his businesses to prostitution and gambling. By the 1940s, Big Bill Lias was the crime kingpin of Wheeling's underbelly. There was killings. Lias's first wife Gladys died under mysterious circumstances, and although he was suspected, he was never charged. Suspiciously, Lias's own cousin, Mike Russell, was gunned down outside his home on 15th Street, just days before he was supposed to stand trial against Lias. Of course, Big Bill was never charged with any of these crimes. Lias had connections all the way down to Detroit with the Purple Gang, a crime organization made up of mostly Jewish men.
Big Bill Lias owned or had interest in many of the businesses downtown. He almost entirely owned the now abandoned 1400 block of Market Street, Zeller's Steakhouse, and the Sportsman's Bar were all stomping grounds of Big Bill Lias.
Wheeling Casino and Racetrack still stands today, but it was once Wheeling Downs, a horse racing track, in which Lias bought in 1945. Lias ran the Downs until 1952, when it was seized by federal agents, although, in an ironic twist, the government lost money trying to run the Downs by themselves, and hired Lias back to run it. His $35,000 salary made him at one point the second highest paid federal employee. During this time, Big Bill Lias was featured in Life magazine. Slow down, ladies, not all at once. Enter Paul Hankish, a violent mobster from the Pittsburgh crime family, who in the early 1970s started to carve out his own slice of Wheeling's underbelly. Tension arose between Hankish and Lias, especially since Hankish was in a business that Lias never dared get into, drugs. According to informants of the time, this feud soon reached a boiling point. In the early morning hours, Hankish entered his 1964 Studebaker outside his home on 336 Richland Avenue in Warwood. His car exploded in a planned assassination attempt, with debris flying all over Warwood.
We're standing here on the exact spot on 336 Richland Avenue in Warwood.
Amazingly, he survived, but mangled both of his legs in the explosion, giving him the nickname No Legs Hankish. From his hospital bed, he told informants that he believed Lias was behind it, and according to the first responders on the scene, while still trapped in the burning car, Hankish yelled, "It was fucking Bill Lias."